I don't actually believe in luck, but I believe in alignment. Now, what does this mean? This means that when you align yourself with a certain energy in your life, you then begin to experience more of what some people may call luck. Now, what you got to realize is that nothing happens by accident in this universe. Nothing happens on accident. There is no such thing as a coincidence. There's a cause and effect to everything that depends on something else. Now, what you got to realize is that when you are in alignment with a certain kind of energy in your life, you then begin to experience more luck. Now, some people may disagree. Some people may think that, there's just lucky people, there's just unlucky people. But what I believe is that when you align yourself with a certain energy, you then have a higher probability of experiencing what some people may call luck in your life. So I'm going to share with you in this video the secret to actually aligning yourself with the energy of what some people may call lucky energy, and how, on the contrary, certain energies can put you in the energy of lack that then make you appear to be unlucky because that's the identity that you have. Right? It all comes down to your identity and your belief systems. But it's not just about the belief systems, it's about the energy of where those thoughts actually come from. Now, what does this mean on a tangible level? Because a lot of people talk about, synchronicity and coincidences and everything happens for a reason, but how can we use this to our advantage on a practical and tangible level and use this to create the life that we want? I'm going to share with you in this video how to become more lucky, how to align yourself with who you really are, and align with what some people may call luck. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one to let go of your ego so you can live into your highest vision and create the life that you really want, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. So what you got to realize is that there's no such thing as lucky people. There is, if you choose to create that reality for yourself. Now, what does that mean? That means that if you believe you are unlucky, then you're probably going to experience a reality that is unlucky. Now, if you believe you're lucky, you're probably going to experience that reality as well. But what I'm sharing with you is something deeper. It's not just about the beliefs. It's about the energy of where those beliefs actually come from and alignment with a certain energy where then you see a reflection of this in your life. So what does this mean? This means that I don't believe in luck. I believe in alignment. Alignment. Because I've noticed that when I am in alignment with who I really am, I actually begin to experience different things in my life that I normally would not experience. Very powerful stuff. So I noticed that the more I'm in alignment with a certain energy that I'm going to share with you in just a moment, I then actually experience what some people call luck or synchronicity. But you got to realize once again that nothing happens by accident. Okay, so when you begin to align yourself with a certain energy, you then begin to experience synchronicity in your life and what some people call luck, but you can consciously learn how to tap into this energy where then you start to feel more in alignment, and then you have better thoughts that are coming as a result of that alignment. You see, most people in law of attraction community talk about just the belief systems. The beliefs create the reality, right? When you have a certain belief, when you say, I am lucky, but let's say you're in a vibration of lack, well, that's not going to work because your vibration is so low that just believing you're lucky will not work. You have to raise your vibration and get to that higher state. And that is the key to actually experiencing more luck. And synchronicity is making a conscious choice to align with who you really are and actually get into that high vibration state. Because what happens is that when you align with this high vibration state, you then begin to experience more of what some people call synchronicity. Now, I'm going to share with you an explanation that maybe you've never heard before, because what I'm here to share with you is that, you've probably experienced in your life when you are more angry, when you have more of a negative vibe, you then experience an external reality of that negative vibe. So more arguments happen, more negative situations happen because your energy is resonating at a certain level. So then reality reflects that. So this can happen. You can view this from a, cause and effect perspective as well. It's just cause and effect. If you're angry, then people around you are probably going to be more angry as well. If you're at a low vibration, you then begin to see reality through the filter of that negative vibration, and then more arguments happen. So let's make this practical. Let's make this tangible. If somebody has a very, very big ego, what usually happens? They then clash with other egos, and then that creates more destruction, because ego creates self-destruction, not only for itself, but then also for the other. So what happens is that if you're aligned with the ego, you experience more things that usually involve a lack of luck. But you gotta realize it's not a coincidence that if somebody is resonating at the frequency of the low vibration ego, then they get into arguments and they end up arguing with people, and then negative things happen. That is not a coincidence. Okay, it's not a coincidence that people get into fights that are at a low state of consciousness. That is the truth. So when people say there's no such thing as a coincidence, they're actually saying something to you that is more tangible than you think. Literally, the cause and effect of you being at a certain energy will put you into a timeline, a parallel reality where you experience a lack of luck because your ego is at such a low state of consciousness. So it's not a coincidence that if you're living in fear, if you have a lack of vibration, then you get into more arguments. You potentially enter the frequency of somebody else that is in alignment with that energy of fear. And then maybe something happens where, you enter some kind of chaos. Somebody, steals your money or something on the streets. Now, that's a more negative situation. You get into a fight or an argument, or, somebody steals something from you. You might be thinking, how can you manifest that from a low vibration? That's pretty insane. What I'm sharing with you is absolutely insane, because what I'm sharing with you is that you are more likely to experience a negative timeline reality the more that you are aligned with the energy of fear and the ego. Now, what I just shared with you is very, very powerful, because this information has the ability to align you with a parallel reality of a high vibration reality where you experience more luck, or the contrary, the opposite reality where you experience negative situations, negative people, negative vibrations being attracted into your life, arguments, fear, anxiety, worry, depression, based on what? Not your belief systems, but your vibration that come as a result of your belief systems. Because what I've noticed is that I've always had this dilemma in my mind. It's like, do your beliefs create your reality, or does the feeling and the vibration that you're on then change your beliefs? Now, the truth is that it can paradoxically be both, because when you have a certain belief system, you usually resonate at a higher frequency. But at the same time, if you take certain practices into place, like, a daily meditation practice, and then you raise your vibration, you then start to feel better, and then your thoughts start to change as well. So this is what I mean when I say there's no such thing as luck, but there is alignment. See, I don't believe in luck. I believe in alignment. Alignment with what? Alignment with the present moment. Alignment with a higher consciousness state, where then you begin to experience what some people call luck in your life. You then begin to experience what some people call luck is just you actually being more in alignment with who you really are. Now, this might sound kind of crazy. This might sound kind of weird, but what you'll experience is that this is actually true. This is the truth. What I'm sharing with you is the truth, because you can actually experience this. More synchronicity, more opportunities, more miracles, more situations that work in your favor. You ever hear Ralph Smart say, "The universe works in my favor"? Well, I hate to break it to you, he's not kidding. The universe actually does work in his favor. Why? Because when you're at a high vibration state, it's almost like the universe supports that, and then you attract more energy into your life that is also aligned with that high vibration energy. So this is very, very critical. So long story short, to be lucky, what you have to really do is get into alignment with who you really are. And then you begin to experience more luck in your life. Now, when I say who you really are, what is it that I'm talking about? Because you always hear this like who you really are. What does that mean? What is who you really are? Who you are is consciousness, right? You are not the ego. Who you are is consciousness. So when you get into alignment with consciousness, in other words, the present moment, you then get into alignment with more luck, because in the present moment is a higher vibration state where then you experience more synchronicity. So stop trying to be lucky, align yourself with the present moment. So it's an energetic game you're playing here. Stop trying to believe that you're lucky, experience a high vibration state, and prove to yourself, don't believe me, prove to yourself that when you're at a higher vibration state, you then experience a new reality. Right? There's an infinite amount of timelines and realities that we can get into at any given moment. But when you align yourself with a certain kind of energy, you are then also in alignment with certain timelines, certain parallel realities. Then you might be thinking like, what are you talking about? When I say parallel reality, I'm saying that when you're at a certain energy, when you're vibrating at a certain frequency, you then begin to experience a reflection of that. What does that mean? That means that the cause and effect of being in a lack vibration has a higher probability of creating arguments. On the contrary, when you're at a high vibration energy, you have a higher probability chance of entering beautiful interactions with people, getting more money, taking inspired action on things that you otherwise would not have taken action on when you're at the vibration of lack. And then somehow the oneness of the universe comes together and brings you with another person that is also at that same energy. How this works? Well, it's the law of vibration. Okay? And also you got to realize that there's more things happening behind the scenes than our ego will ever understand. So the key to this video is to make you realize that you don't have to focus on being lucky or believing that you're lucky. You have to focus on raising your vibration and then noticing how your quality of thoughts begin actually changing when you manage your energy right. When you're vibrating in an energy of consciousness versus fear, you then begin to have a different thought process as well, which then leads to more luck. When I'm at a high vibration energy, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like things are happening for me. I feel like I'm naturally lucky. I feel like the universe is working in my favor, but I only feel that when I'm at a high energy state. If you get to a low consciousness state, well then guess what? What kind of thoughts do you usually have when you're at a low consciousness state? Usually those heavier emotions, the emotions of lack, the emotions of guilt. That's the low consciousness state, then changing your thought processes. And then it's almost like that state of consciousness then grabs onto low consciousness thoughts that then make you take certain actions that then make you very unlucky. Does that make more sense? Because I know there's a little bit of heaviness around this topic. It's like, can you really impact your luck? Yes, you can. And don't take my word for it. Don't believe me. You want to actually prove to yourself that when you enter a high consciousness state, doing whatever it is that you want to do your meditation practice, watch higher consciousness videos, follow your passion. You notice that when you do these activities that put you in that high consciousness state, you then begin to experience more a reality of what I call alignment with the present moment, and then you begin to experience more luck. How crazy is that? Now, of course, I tried to explain this in the most tangible and practical way possible in terms of the cause and effect and law of vibration. But on a more esoteric level, you got to realize that, this universe is one. And also things are happening behind the scenes. and that, you can tap into a certain energy frequency that then, the universe will begin to almost support you on your journey. It's almost like the universe starts to support you and what it is that you want to create when you start to enter a higher frequency state. Now, that might be more debatable. Of course, I can't prove this to you, but I still have the tangible explanation that I gave you as well, the practical explanation. So there's no denying that at a tangible, practical level, when you have higher quality emotions, you take higher quality actions, which then lead to higher quality interactions, which leads to higher quality results, which then makes you feel more lucky. At the deeper level, things are happening behind the scenes that your ego will never understand. Okay, so align your energy. Stop using affirmations like I am lucky or I am in alignment. You can use those. I think that they're powerful tools, but they're more powerful when you align your energy first. Once I align my energy with the present moment, then I can start telling myself, I attract large sums of money that come to me easily and effortlessly. I am so grateful that the universe works in my favor and brings money to me, right? I am so grateful that everything happens perfectly for me. But usually we don't believe that unless we're at a high consciousness state. Usually, see, the words don't matter when it comes to affirmations. What really matters is that feeling of gratitude that you have when you say those affirmations. But when you align with this energy that I'm sharing with you, it's much easier to feel that feeling of gratitude. You might even feel it when you watch these videos because, when I record videos, I enter a certain state and then that transfers onto you while you're watching. That's what it is. When you're in alignment, people feel that energy off of you. And then so I attract more people that are also at that same energy as me, or people that want to enter that energy. You see, I attract a certain kind of audience because of the energy that I'm on. If I'm vibrating at a low frequency, then I attract that kind of audience. Is that a coincidence? Is that by accident? Think about that. Is that by accident? Is it an accident that you're at a high vibration state and then you experience more high vibrational people? Is it an accident that when you're vibrating at the ego state, you experience more arguments, more unluckiness, more chaos, more negativity? Is that a coincidence? Now, what I just did for you is I broke the whole concept of synchronicity down to you in the most practical way that I could explain it. Of course, there's a lot of universal stuff going on that our egos will never understand, but that's the best I can do for you in terms of explaining to you how the law of vibration works and how the cause and effect leads to more luck. Now, at the deeper level, I personally believe that this universe works in very weird ways, and that even at a deeper level beyond this, logical explanation that I gave to you, like the most logic I could possibly use to break this down, I think that it's a non-logical thing. You see, the universe works in one way. Everything's one, everything's connected, and I think that when you align with a certain energy, you then begin to experience certain realities that you otherwise would not have been able to experience in ways that I cannot even explain logically. Like I could try, which is basically what I did for you the last 20 minutes, but there's limitations to language. There's limitations to how deep I can explain this to you. I think that the universe is one, and I can only go so far with those explanations, and that you have to prove to yourself, not believing me, that when you enter this energy, you start to see that there's things happening behind the scenes and that your ego doesn't have to figure it all out. Let go of the burden of understanding why you experience more luck when you align with who you are. You see, my theory, but it's just a theory, is that the universe wants to expand, and that when you align with that, it's almost like things start supporting you and working in your favor because you're helping the world, you're giving people value, you're supporting the evolution and progression of humanity. Now, I can't prove this to you, but you can prove it to yourself. Notice how your reality begins to change when you're in alignment with a certain energy. Notice that when you have fear impacting you, when you watch the news, for example, you then begin to experience a new reality. See, I don't live in fear. I live in alignment. So then I experience a reality of alignment with that high consciousness state. And that is how you become more lucky. And that's the secret to luck. You see, once again, I don't believe in luck. I believe in alignment. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one to let go of your ego, align with this higher state of consciousness, then to align with your highest vision, your highest purpose, and what it is that you really want to create in your life, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. So have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.